Hey guys, it's Charlie. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about some things that I wish someone would have told me before I decided to become a flight attendant. Now, I believe that this is the best job in the world. There's so many great things about it, but there still are some things that I wish someone would have been like brutally honest with me and told me about before I even applied for this job. Do I think these things would stop me from doing this job? Me personally, no. But it's definitely some things that I would have started working on and thinking about before I applied. So whether you're just now starting to apply, you're waiting to hear back, or you're already a flight attendant, this video hopefully will help at least one person out there. And that is my goal. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is pay. It is always important to know about pay before you start a new job. So let's talk about it. You only get paid per flight hour and you do not get paid for boarding. Those are two things that I guess I just did not realize before I became a flight attendant. So you only get paid for your flight hours. I mean, people say that, technically it's not true, but let me explain. So let's say you're working at a regional and you're making $19 an hour, or you're starting off at a mainline and you're making around 30. Great, but you're only getting paid when you're actually flying that amount. When you're on the ground, like in your hotels, in your layovers, having your drinks on the beach, you're only making about $2 to $3 an hour. And that is your per diem pay. This one time I had an extended tarmac delay. I was on the tarmac for over 2 hours, but since we're at the gate, the door was still open. So I did not get paid for those 2 hours. And if you're a regional flight attendant and only making $19 an hour and you're only doing a flight that's an hour away, you're making $19. So it's really those little $2 to $3 per diems that's really gonna boost your check. And that's just two things about pay that I did not know before I decided to become a flight attendant. Number two, this one's like common sense. I don't know why I didn't think of it. As a passenger, I was booking those early flights so I could get there early and enjoy the rest of my day at my destination. Well, if you're booking early flights, somebody has to work those flights. I never ever even imagined having 3 o'clock wake ups for flights. Y'all, it kills me. And so those early wake ups is something I never ever even thought about before I decided to become a flight attendant. Waking up at 2 o'clock to get ready for a 3 o'clock van to work a 4 o'clock flight, my ring light just fell down. But what I was saying is those early in the morning, my Alabama's coming out right there. Those early morning flights that you have to wake up, let's say it takes you an hour to get ready and then it takes 30 minutes to get to the airport and then you still gotta board and all that stuff. That is one thing that I just wish that I would have thought about before I decided to become a flight attendant. No, it wouldn't make a difference. I would still apply for the job, but it's definitely something to think about. It's not always scrolling into the airport at noon. You're there pretty early. Number three, you do not fly for free. I say that because I feel like a lot of people think that flight attendants just get to fly anywhere in the world and you're flying for free, and that's just not the case. For my airline and any airlines that I've ever worked for, applied for, all of that, in the United States of America, yes, you do get to fly for free. But if you're going to a different country, you're gonna have to pay tax. It's not usually that much, and obviously it's a whole lot cheaper than paying for a full ticket, so it's definitely still worth it. But that's just something that I didn't know before I decided to become a flight attendant. For leisure, obviously if you're working an international flight and you're there for your layover, you're not paying them, they're paying you. Number four, I did not realize how much being a flight attendant can tear down your body. I was recently vlogging one day and I legit fainted on the plane, and that was just because I was just like overworked. I was tired. I was in a really hot place. I was wearing a jacket. I was not hydrating like I'm supposed to. Use the code right here if you want some liquid IV, 25% off plus free shipping. You have to take care of yourself. Like, this job is the perfect cocktail to not take care of yourself. That's why I love watching YouTubers like Balanced Flyer right here. She is like a wellness queen and I love that. So I'm trying to get more like her. So when I say that this job is like the perfect cocktail of not taking care of yourself, you're always busy, so you can't make plans, so you can't make your doctor's appointments, your dentist appointments, things like that. You have to really prioritize that. You're always in the air, so you're always like bloated and trying to do all that type of stuff, but you're always hungry because you don't have time to eat, so you're snacking on the plane. You're eating pretzels. Pretzels have all the salt. You're even more bloated. You're trying to drink some water, but the passengers need something. You're trying to take a sip behind your curtain. The passenger pulls your curtain. Hate that, by the way. Just like, you're always busy. You're always ripping and running. You're not getting enough sleep. It's just, this job does some wear and tear on your body. So you need to absolutely make sure you're taking care of yourself. Take your vitamins, take your minerals, go to the doctor, drink liquid IV, use my discount code, and just really take care of yourself, because it really does it to you. Another thing, I've gained 20 pounds since becoming a flight attendant, and I'm just now trying to get into losing that weight. Did I just go out of focus? What was that? Okay, cool. So I'm trying to lose that weight now, and it's hard because airport food is, first off, expensive. Second off, very easy to get. There's so many places to eat in the terminal. So do not eat all the terrible things in the airport. Eat healthier. Drink your water. Take your vitamins, your minerals, go to those doctor's appointments, take care of your body, get as much sleep as you can. Because that is very hard to do in this job. You want to stay out all night and enjoy your layovers? No, go to bed. Sometimes. Try to find a happy balance. Number 5, it is not all Paris and Cancun. Obviously, I knew that, but something I really wish someone would have pounded in my head, like, girl, you are going to Des Moines. You are going to be spending most of your time in Boise. As a regional flight attendant, I have seen Garden City, Kansas more times than I can count. And I know I've already talked about this, but I just want to mention it one more time because I still think it's funny. I made this video called Boring Layovers, and I was in Garden City, Kansas. And now I got the mayor of Garden City, Kansas in my business email talking about it's not boring, let me show you a tour. I still think that is hilarious. Sorry, ma'am. But it's not all Cancun and Paris. You're gonna be going to these boring little places because these people live there. They have to get there, so you have to work there. That's just what it is. Going in with a healthy dose of reality would be really beneficial to any new hire flight attendant. It is not all Cancun and Paris. You are gonna be in Montgomery, Alabama. Number 6, you need to know your contract. Some of the other things, yes, were common sense that you should probably know. This one never even crossed my mind before becoming a flight attendant, that I was gonna have to know my contract forward, backwards, and inside out. Because I don't want to say there's a lot of people trying to screw you over, but there's a lot of people trying to get everything done for the bigger picture of the company, and sometimes they're not gonna check to make sure that everything is perfect on the smaller side of things. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and saying that crew scheduling isn't breaking your contract on purpose. It's really hard. I'm trying to like give them the benefit of the doubt here. But you need to know your contract, so whenever they call you, you can be like, hi, actually, I'm not legal to work that. Or some people, after they get senior enough, they know their contract so much they straight up don't answer the phone. That is not my ministry. I'm gonna answer the phone from crew scheduling because I'm scared. Also because I'm on probation. So can't be taking them chances. Number 7. This job can be super duper lonely. And it's just one of those things where you're surrounded by so many people and you still feel so alone. I should probably make a whole video about this, especially me being someone who suffers from depression and anxiety and abandonment issues. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on that y'all don't care about right now, so I'm not gonna tell you. But yeah, this job can be super duper lonely, because at the end of the day, unless you bring someone with you, you're in your bed alone and you're just sitting there with your thoughts, especially if you suffer from anxiety, because your thoughts make everything like some huge deal. And it's also lonely because you can't always just go home and see your family. You can't go to the family reunion or go to somebody's wedding, or somebody just had a baby, or just because trips that they go on you can't go on, and it can just be really lonely. I know one thing that kind of hit me hard right when I started working at my regional was seeing everyone, like seeing my pilots or either my FA2 or FA1 bring along their significant others. And I wasn't going through a breakup, but I was like at a really heartbroken part of my life, and I didn't have anybody to bring on my layovers. And it's just like, you want someone to share these experiences with, and if you don't have that person, you can feel extra alone. So that's just something to think about. This job can be super duper lonely. If you'd like me to do a whole video about that, I will. Depression or anxiety as a flight attendant, because that is very real and something that we should talk about more. I will definitely do that video as well. Number 8, though this is the best job in the world, it can be so toxic. and negative, especially in that crew room. Oh my goodness. This is coming from someone who's making this video where all the points have been like generally negative. This job, some of the people that you work with, like, do you not want to be here? Like, I love my job, and like I said, this whole video is about, I'm swinging around my clipboard, sorry. This whole video is about not every aspect of this job being great, but sometimes when you're in the crew room, just hearing everyone just say all the negative things about the job, all of it can just be so overwhelming. And the crew room is where you can relax and complain. And let's say Kathy is in there complaining when you go in there. So you're in the terminal going to McDonald's, which I just told you not to do, and then you come back and now Susie's in there complaining. Okay, cool. You take a nap, you wake up, and now Josh is in there complaining. You're sitting there trying to read your book, and now Matthew is in there complaining. Now, this is their safe space to do that complaining. But hearing that all day is gonna start to get to you. So I wouldn't say just avoid the crew room. I'm not saying that's what it is. What I'm saying is, keep in mind that this job can be very, very toxic and full of gossip and drama, and it seems like most of that is happening in the crew room. This is not like a crew room hate topic right now. I'm just saying, for your mental health, if you can't deal with like gossip, being in the mix, hearing people talk about other people, hearing people talk about management, crew scheduling this, crew scheduling that, we all have those moments. If it's just like all too much for you, I would say avoid the crew room. That's just blatantly honest. And that obviously depends on your specific crew room, but that's not even what this is about. It's not just in the crew room, it's in this industry. This industry is filled with lots and lots of gossip, and not just in your airline, gossip and beef with other airlines. So that's something that I definitely did not know, how much like tension that can be, how much tension and gossip and toxic and negativity, all that can be in this job. I feel like I went in pretty hard on the crew room. That's not what I meant to say. That was just an example. Number 9, I did not realize how hard it would be for me personally to find a living situation. I already talked about it on this channel when I was living in the airport, and then I was living in a hotel, and I was only doing those things because I could not stand my crash pad. And sometimes getting an apartment at that place isn't the best thing right out of training. If you're gonna end up wanting to switch to a different airline or a different base, then getting your own apartment and signing a lease isn't the smartest thing to do. There's just so many different factors on living situations as a flight attendant, and I'm dealing with it right now, so that's why I just got like kind of passionate about that, low-key. Number 10. I wish someone would have told me how addictive this job is. I'm not one of those people who think I'm gonna be the senior mama on the line and seniority number 12. Like, no, that's never been me, but I cannot imagine leaving this job. I can't even picture it. It's so addictive. Because it's the best job in the world. Of course it's addictive. So that is the last thing that I wish someone would have told me. If you are a flight attendant and you're watching this video and you have any advice or anything that you want to leave in the comment section, go ahead and do that. Help each other out down there. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If I can think of any more things, I will put them in the comment section as well. Some things that I just didn't feel like were good enough to make the video but would help you out, I'll put them down there. Let's see. I don't think I did a comment of the video. Can't think of one. All right, well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys, have a blessed day.